Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Job Shop USA. My name is Keith. We're here in my job shop. Turn Right Machine Works. All right, I had a job come in here and I thought I'd carry you along with this project just because it's a little bit out of the ordinary. We have a cast aluminum bell housing here and the customer wants a 1/4 inch off of this face, meaning 1/4 inch material right off the face. All right, this is almost like a 2D job, not today type job. This means just flat plane. We don't even have to dial this job in to do this. All we need to do is touch off the face and take a depth of 1/4 inch off of this thing. We have a dog plate for the clawsing here. We have had a lot of holes tapped into this for our prop boring setup, but we're gonna tap 5 more holes into there, and we're gonna use 5/16 bolts because they'll go through the metric bolts that's right here and give us plenty of hold down. There's 5 bolts in there, and that's what we're going to hold it down to, and we're going to use that face to locate it. We actually waited for the customer to deliver us some alternative for the steel fastener that's in here, because if we take a 1/4 inch off of this face here, we're going to be into that bolt. And do you know what it's like to have an interrupted cut by variable difference in materials? That's asking for trouble. So he was able to order us some nice aluminum bolts, and that's what we're going to do. We got 3 of them, but that's good, just in case we lose one before we get them in there. All right, I'm going to switch these out. I'm going to drill those holes in there, and then I'll meet you over at the closing. See, it's a lot easier now that I don't have any cables vulnerable on the floor, and I can roll that thing back this way here. No cables hanging down. Real pleasure. Okay. And we move this out of the way, and we loosen up our chuck. Okay, and I'll pull that one back this way here a little bit. Nice having access down through all my machines. I can go either way, anywhere I need to go. Okay, all right. Finish undoing the nut here. All right, set that on the floor. We may get the vacuum over here and kind of clean up this area here, but we're gonna put that little dog plate on here now. All right, we pull the gap out. You've seen me do that a million times, so. All right. Put a little oil on my ways here. And all right, good to go. Okay, now we have enough room for that bell housing to swing around in here. It was just barely going to hit this. I'm going to say barely, but you're going to watch it spin around here, okay? I'm going to put this in neutral so I can spin it here, okay? I marked right there. I put a line, but I also put a punch mark, a line and a punch mark, just in case anything got erased. And I think that'll be our first one we put in. Where's my mark? Okay, right there. All right, and we'll start with that one. I think I bottom tapped the holes, so they should be deep enough. But I might have to put a fatter washer. We're just going to make sure that they all screw in here, and I don't have any holes that are too far off to use. I'm going to roll this around too. Okay. Last one. Pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go get ratchet. Okay, that seemed to go down there with no problem. Okay, let's put this in low gear here. Okay. Okay, we're ready for 2D machining. Okay, we look at this. You know what? That's not too bad, huh? Okay, let's put some speed on it. Okay, this is aluminum, and we're going to be able to machine it. We're going to machine it with high speed. Oh, and it stopped exactly perfect because I got to change these two bolts out to the aluminum bolts. Boy, these don't weigh anything. In fact, I'm tempted to go ahead and take one of these, and we're going to put it in on the scale, and we'll find out the difference of weight between the steel one and that. It's like maybe 5 times. You know, if we get the flat lining up, it's pretty much almost just going to barely be skimming on one flat. So what the hey. At least now, anything we're machining is going to be aluminum. It's going to be an interrupted cut. We're not in a race. 250 thousandths. We'll see what we take without a vibration issue or anything else like that. Okay, both of them are lined up. It's about 225 to the flat of the head, both of these. So they are going to have a little bit of a skim, and we'll know when it's a little bit, when it gets a little closer. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to get a measurement here, see if there's any machine flat spots on this at all. We have several ears that are, we're going to use the main body ears. This one right here, we'll measure that thickness right there, and that's what we're going to gauge our 1/4 inch off of. Okay, we're going to go by the starter side. Okay, we know the starter goes in here. So we got 790, and we're going to go with 94. I put a high speed in here. I just set it on top of another one. These are 2 1/2 inch. The center line comes in pretty good. I brought the center in, kind of eyeballed it to be center. Now I know I can come out here. We got just a positive rake, nice, hardly any lead angle on the tool bit itself, but we're going to put it at an angle to give us a little bit, and there'll be plenty of clearance on the back side. So we're playing out here. We're going to come out, and then we're just going to roll this over because we want to see what the farthest point out is, and that is the farthest point out. So we got plenty of space there. And then what is going to be the farthest point in that we're going to have to go. Yeah, that's pretty good that they're both here to there. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're about a 2 inch travel distance. That's pretty good. I like that. And that angle looks pretty good there too, so I think I'm going to lock that down. Okay, I'm going to come out here in the middle. Let's just see, because I want to kind of know if I'm going to be touching all these areas here. Now I'm going to come in and I'm just going to touch my tool bit to there, and I see it's 0. And this is just a dummy way of confirming all these surfaces all the way around are within a thou or two of instead of indicating it, I just come in. Okay, within 20 thousandths that base is. Okay, I'm just putting some Aluma-Tap along this flange here, just so it has a little bit on it. Okay, went all the way around, a little bit on the tool bit. All right, now I'm gonna okay, come out there. All right. Give it some feed here. Like watching air cut, huh? I'll bring you back in when we got some kind of surface action going. All right, we're getting in there to where we have a little bit of a tune going on here. Kind of cool. The tune changes as it goes in farther and farther. Just pulling you back just a little bit here, and I'm going to bring my bit back, putting it in neutral here so I can see how far back. This is the widest point right there, I believe. Okay, yes it is. All right, so you can get a look. That was pretty good. Very, very, right here, little light spot. All right, but that's our zero. So we brought everything down to the zero. First real cut of material, not just touching off and taking a skim to clean it. First 25,000. All right, second to last cut. That was our second to last cut. We're getting ready to make a last cut. We wanted to look at it. Surface finish is really, really good. We're taking a little bit off of our flats on our, not so much on this one here, but we have hit on this one right here. I'm gonna take 20 instead of 25 on the last cut. Here's our finish. We're not going to take any more. We're pretty close to what we feel that 1/4 inch is. We measured here. We're within 10 thousandths of where that was originally, minus the 1/4 inch. This didn't break through. It cut off the head, some of the head, but it didn't get into the bolt. This bolt here was actually this way farther in the casting, in the original position here. So, but our finish is excellent all the way around here. So I think our customer's getting pretty much what he wanted. Woohoo! Actually, I thought I was going to have a little bit more issue with the, I like to call them harmonics. um, but it really was pretty smooth. Let me see if I can get you in here and we can get a picture of, yeah, there you go. You can see how close it got onto that one, and it's a good thing that we had the aluminum bolts. The other ones did have a flange on them, but that surface is beautiful, so I'm totally happy. I don't know why our customer wanted a 1/4 inch off of that, but that's not for me to question. He asked me if I could do it, and I knew I could do it, and I did it. All right. Thanks for visiting Job Shop USA. Till next time, get her done.